your #1 source for keeping it real, here on New World News. I'm Ezper, and here's what's been happening in New World as of late. New World Games announced yesterday that they're going to be having an open beta from September 9th through the 12th. Now, if you haven't pre-ordered the game, there is a link to the open beta client in the description below. And while you're on your way down there, go ahead and hit the subscribe button because there's a flurry of content on the way. This is the man who gave us this information, and I do not have his name here, so we'll just call him Gandalf for now, because he's magical in the sense that he's the only one who's given us any information at all. Not only did he announce the beta, he went on to tell us about the Void Gauntlet, showing us concept art and in-game models, saying that this and more content would be added shortly after launch. Now, what's that? Oh, Gandalf's name is Scott Lane, the game director. So pay attention to Gandalf. He's got good information. Then New World Games went on to tweet about a dev Q&A that would be happening this morning. And while New Worlders piled into Twitch to find out more information, they left only with pain. So let's dive deeper with a segment that I like to call, What Were You Thinking? Now, I thought the stream started off great with Michael Willett, the game design manager, and Charles Bradbury, the art director, giving a nice overview of New World, its gameplay, and its features. Then things went south.
Having caught so many streams of this is how much fun people are having in multiplayer. So,
multiplayer. This was the red flag in every gamer's head where we realized we probably weren't going to get any new information out of this Q&A. But we held on to hope, and we kept watching. And then the moment came. The moment we were waiting for.
what were some of the things that you learned from that beta? And maybe if you could talk a little bit about the changes that are coming to the game as a result?
Yes! No. Michael then goes on to talk about the in-game voice IP and how people were serenading each other with it, and it opened up new social dynamics and opportunities. But not before this cringe moment.
Obviously, we saw bugs, but we also saw opportunities. Like one of the...
As they went on talking about the game, you thought the awkwardness was over.
With the discoverability, it was a much higher level of difficulty that they could possibly handle, rather than, all the environments leveling up with them. Is that going to remain a part of the game?
Maybe what you're asking.
So, at this point, the Twitch viewers and chat knew that nothing useful was probably going to come out of this Q&A. And honestly, the questions were kind of embarrassing for us gamers who were really just clinging on to the hopes of some sort of new information. But hey, let's ask another popular question.
To ask about, because I am a big animal lover, has there been a change in the decisions to have horses in the game?
Well, Michael went on to explain how they are taking your travel concerns into consideration and maybe going to put more of the travel shrines around the world so you don't have to walk quite as far. But what he didn't go on to explain was the Azoth system and how it's tied into everything, as far as the teleport system, the crafting system, and it's the whole reason for you to go out and kill these corrupted that pop up in the world. And they're there because they're a huge part of the lore, the story, and the entire game. But that doesn't mean that they won't go to appease the animal lovers in some way. Right now, there's ways to get pets and they can sit inside of your house. I wouldn't be surprised if those will follow you around eventually, and there'll be plenty of them for you to buy in the in-game store. So just when you thought you were at your darkest, a ray of light shines through the clouds, reaching down from the heavens, giving you another glinter of hope.
I always like to ask is, we might not always touch upon the subjects that y'all want us to know about the game. Is there anything in particular that, you guys are just so excited for players to discover?
And then just as fast as that glimmer of hope was given to you, you were kicked into a well of darkness.
Maybe a favorite feature.
It's plainly obvious that New World Games does not want to talk about their patch notes right now. Judging from the Twitter responses in stream, and that they closed down their beta forums that had most of the problems listed on there. It seems like they're trying to get their marketing campaign going, and they don't really want the first thing to be pushed out there is a laundry list of things that are wrong with the game. If you're suffering from a lack of transparency, we recommend Patch Notes to Fill. Patch Notes to Fill may or may not consist of or be limited to the following: server stability, market board bugs, NPC insta-kill glitch, encumbrance bugs, axe double hit, fire staff double hit, healing staff rebalance, expedition boss mechanics updated, expeditions added, fixed animation cancelling, fast travel shrines added. If you are experiencing any urinary discomfort, rectal soreness, or have diarrhea, please consult a doctor and calm down. Know that Amazon Games is doing everything in their power to make New World the best that they can for you come launch. So what are some ideas for marketing New World? Well, it'd be nice if they had it stream from their own channel. One with a host, somebody devilishly good looking, some sort of charisma, comfortable in front of a camera, 5 to 10 years of content creation experience, and someone who was part of the community so they knew what kind of information they wanted to hear, someone who also had a firm grasp on New World game and MMO game knowledge. And then they would have to work with the devs. Go ahead and find out what kind of information can and can't be revealed so they could steer the conversation of the stream in such a way that it was advertisement into tidbits of knowledge being revealed. And that would cover more of your base audience, all in one stream. But let's get real. Where are they going to find somebody like that? If you would like to see a stream of this type, go ahead and let them know in the comments below. And if you really want to help out, go ahead and log into the open beta on September 9th through the 12th. Even though your character is getting wiped, if you can just log in for a few hours during peak times, it'll help them get a better feel for server stability and make it better for everybody come launch. And keep an eye out for the beta forums. If they open back up for open beta, go ahead and participate. If you find something that's sus or needs fixing, let the community know. This has been New World News. I'm Ezper, keeping it real. While it's painfully obviously obvious that everyone would know this, it's because it's so blatantly obvious. Obviously. I shouldn't even say it. I'm not going to. It'd be a pointless thing to say. Alright. Let's go.